The DJI Neo is a brand new drone with camera from DJI, the #1 drone manufacturers in the consumer space. Priced at just $199, €199, or £169. The new drone sits above the DJI Neo, a budget $100 drone for kids, and below the DJI Mini series. The small size and low weight of 135G officially means you don't need a license to use it. This makes it amazing value for money for a 12MP 4K camera. I mean, it even gives standard 4K cameras a run for their money, with Canon, Sony, other 4K cameras often costing much more than the DJI Mini 3, DJI Mini 2 SE, DJI Mini 4K are no longer the cheapest drones available from DJI, with the new DJI Neo now taking the spot as their cheapest 4K capable drone. And we expect the non-folding design means cost and weight can be optimized. It's also worth noting that the other drones mentioned offer more axis of movement and stabilization compared to the DJI Neo single-axis gimbal. The Neo can take 12MP stills photos, 4:3 or 16:9, and records 4K video, again at the default aspect ratio of 16:9 or 4:3 for later cropping. However, if you do record 4:3 video, then electronic image stabilization, EIS, is not available. The lens sits on a one-axis gimbal with 121-20-degree movement, which you can select 90 degrees down and 60 degrees up. It also has an f/2.8 aperture, uses a 1/2-inch CH sensor, and has an ISO range of 100 to 6400. With an f/2.8 aperture and relatively small sensor size, compared to the DJI Mini 3, you're going to want good light for the best results. The drone comes with top propeller guards pre-installed. However, these can be removed for slightly extended flight times, and the design of the drone means that the propellers are protected underneath and at the sides as standard, even with the top guards removed. There are no manual photo controls, with photo options being very minimal, 43, 16:9 as mentioned, and the only option being JPEG shooting. Video controls and options include the choice between H.264 and H.265 encoding and frame rates, with 30, 50, and 60 frames per second available at 1080p and 30 frames per second available at 4K. Electronic image stabilization can correct up to plus or minus 45 degrees, meaning video footage will look stable, even in strong winds. Beyond this, there are very few controls, with the auto flight modes being the most interesting options for video. If you've seen the range of controls on more expensive drones like the DJI Mini 3, then you might be a little disappointed. However, the target market for this drone is more for people who want to try their first drone and have it be as easy to use as possible without necessarily working too much about outright image quality and more advanced controls. To adjust settings, you'll need the DJI Fly app on your phone, and it's recommended you set this up at home with a good Wi-Fi or internet connection. You may also find there's a firmware update available for the drone, which needs to be installed before it flies. The DJI RC-N3 RC151 offers easy control, as well as quick buttons to get the drone home when needed. You can select between C, Cine, N, Normal, and S, Sport, flight modes. It looks a lot like the RC231 controller with a top front left dial to adjust the angle of the gimbal and a shutter/record button front right. The joystick controls can be unscrewed and stowed neatly in the bottom. Controlling and flying the drone, you can simply switch the drone on and use it without connecting it to a phone or remote controller. Switch it on, then select the mode you want to use using the buttons on top, and press/hold the button till it activates. You can connect the drone to your phone and control it directly from the DJI Fly app. These gives a range of roughly 50 m. If you have the RC-N3 controller, you can fly the drone headless without connecting to your phone, or you can use the RC-N3 controller with your phone in combination. This gives a video transmission distance of 10 kilometers, although restrictions may limit your flight distance. Another way you can fly the drone is with RC and DJI Goggles 3 for FPV use. With the RC Motion, 3 additional aerobatics are available. Video audio has often been an issue when recording footage from a drone, but DJI let you use an external microphone or the mic on your phone. The app will automatically cancel out the noise of the drone if it is nearby. The results are impressive. The 12MP camera does a reasonable job and gives the best results in bright sunny conditions. It struggles in low light conditions with noise becoming an issue, and it also struggles with dynamic range. For example, if the sun is in the frame, if you just use the images on social media or on the web and don't look at the pixels in detail, then you should be relatively pleased with the results. As in, they're good enough but not amazing. It's also worth taking a few shots, as some come out sharper than others. Most likely due to movement. When flying, there's never been a more wallet-friendly, yet capable DJI drone. With 4K video and 12MP photos, and the ease of use make this a really easy drone to pick up and start using. The design and built-in protection for the blades also mean that it's likely to survive being used by beginners as well. Yes, you could buy the Neo Rise, powered by DJI, at roughly $100/$105, but you're getting a fixed 5MP camera, and for just a little bit more, you're getting a significantly better drone. The Mini 2 SE was 379 pounds in Fly More combo, 279 pounds on its own. This new drone is 169 pounds on its own, or 299 pounds with the Fly More kit. However, it's worth noting that the Mini 2 SE and Mini 2 4K offer longer battery life per battery, 31 minutes max, compared to 18 minutes max with the Neo. You'll most definitely need to stock up on extra batteries, unless you plan to shoot for a short time. For those that don't want more manual controls or raw shooting, but just want an easy-to-use, entry-level drone that can capture some great-looking video, the DJI Neo is a great choice. DJI's most compact drone has not been out that long. Nonetheless, the company has already supplanted the Neo with several other newer releases. For context, DJI subsequently introduced the Osmo Action 5 Pro, $349 on Amazon, before launching the Air 3S and the Goggles N3 earlier this week. Arguably, the release of the Goggles N3 is integral to the Neo's latest software update, which DJI is now offering globally. For reference, the new update carries the build number V01.00.0400 and arrives alongside a host of updates for Neo accessories. Principally, V01.00.0400 adds support for the Goggles N3, which is a much FPV headset option than the existing Goggles 3. Additionally, DJI has introduced Live View stabilization for both headsets when paired to the Neo. Moreover, V01.00.0400 should optimize positioning performance when flying while also adding vertical shooting support. On top of that, DJI's mobile app control now provides full manual controls when live streaming in full screen. Furthermore, V01.00.0400 should increase the Neo's flight speed when tracking a subject, although it is unclear by how much or to what new maximum speed. Meanwhile, it is finally possible to record audio when using either the DJI RC N3 or DJI RC N2 remote controllers. Finally, DJI has integrated a noise reduction effect as well that it claims will still preserve ambient sounds. Please see DJI's forum post for more information. DJI Flight Hub 2 Copilot, AI-powered drone control assistant. Copilot, an intelligent aircraft control assistant, is now available in the Flight Hub virtual cockpit. Use natural language or voice input to control the drone in real time and execute complex tasks. High-definition panorama. Added support for 500MP high-definition panoramas for DJI Dock 3 and DJI Matrice 4 Enterprise. Environment information can be collected efficiently. 3x zoom can be set in virtual cockpit and waypoint route settings to capture sphere panoramas. Automatic stitching is available after capture, and high-definition results can be viewed in the media file library. Related features, such as analyzer import and timelines, are supported. Change Detection Pro Beta. Powered by the VLM, Change Detection Pro removes angle limitations. It can now detect changes even from non-orthophoto photos taken at the same waypoint. The analyzer timeline now includes an SBS view, allowing users to compare any two inspection datasets from the same waypoint route. Change Detection Pro highlights changed areas, making inspection reviews more efficient and intuitive. Resource Library Upgrade. The original media library, model library, and design files have been merged into the resource library for unified, more convenient management. Flight Hub Sync. Flight Hub 2 Flight Hub Sync Beta has completed testing and validation. It will be gradually phased out and replaced by the new Flight Hub Sync. File Sync now supports cross-configuration of file type, project, and bucket. Multiple buckets can be configured. Telemetry Data Sync, a new telemetry data sync feature that enables real-time sync of the attitude data to third-party platforms. RTSB Protocol. Livestream forwarding now supports the RTSB protocol. Third-party airspace data management supports configuring airspace information from third-party providers and displaying it within Flight Hub. What's updated? Added support for Portuguese and Russian. Support setting the earliest/latest execution start time in new task of the task plan library. Supports repair requests after device damage assessment and issue reports, as well as direct one-click repair requests, simplifying the troubleshooting process and improving O&M efficiency. DJI Terra firmware update, version 5.2.0. This DJI Terra firmware update was released on March 26, 2026. What's new? Supports automatic GCP target recognition for fully automatic GCP marking. No repeated manual effort for resurveys. Labor costs for GCP marking reduced to nearly zero. GCP data collected with the DJI DRTK3 can be directly imported, and the software will auto-recognize. New efficiency mode and power mode settings to maximize PC hardware utilization and reduce the project delivery window. 2D output now supports GeoTIFF (COG) format, dramatically boosting loading and browsing speed in downstream software, making 2D results ready to use immediately.